It's been a slow and not so get geezer like hustle, but I've just accepted an order that could change the entire complexion of this first half hustle. Let's check it out on this segment of the Gig Geezer. If this is your first time checking out the Gig Geezer, thanks for checking me out. If you're a returning visitor of the Gig Geezer channel, thank you as well. What we're going to get right into is about this possible catering order that could definitely change the complexion of this first half hustle. I am exactly 3 hours into this hustle. I've earned so far $66 and change. The market, my market, South Carolina, specifically the Columbia metropolitan area, in my opinion, it has been slow. At least for me, I've not seen the volume of orders come across my screen across all apps. It's been yesterday. It took me 8.25 hours to reach my goal. Most of the time was spent in the second half hustle, which it took me 4.75 hours, in which I made altogether $106 and change, and for the day $209. I've sensed this slowdown during the Sunday evening hustle, in which, by the way, I do have a ride along segment for that one that'll be coming out very shortly as well. Now you're gonna say, Geezer, how in the world can you be talking about it must be slow for you? Well, I got a couple of reasons why it may be slow, or at least for me. Now, last night, April 11, which is a Monday, I happened to run into a DoorDash driver very late into yesterday evening's hustle, and I mentioned to her that I thought it was quite slow, and I told her that it was across all the apps, and well, she says to me, that's not what I'm experiencing. I've been out since 6 o'clock, and at the time it was about 9 o'clock. So she'd been out 3 hours, and it was her fifth order. Now, depending on how the distance of the orders, that's a little below pace. I mean, the typical driver is going to average anywhere between 2 and 4 orders an hour. Most times 2 point something, close to 3 orders an hour. So, but also I did not ask her how much were the orders. My guess is that she was taking these, whatever orders they were, and just going along with it. And she's working one app, apparently DoorDash. Well, if you're accepting a bunch of lowball dollar amount orders, you may be busy, in your opinion. But when you work the apps like I do, you do need a certain volume of orders, and to have that luxury, if you will, of deciding which orders you're going to accept, and more than likely orders that you're not going to accept. Now, what I just shared could be based on algorithm. I have spoken to some length in previous Gig Geezer segments that I suspect, or I believe, that the algorithm understands our order selection tendencies. And these order selection tendencies, the apps do play to them sometimes, specifically DoorDash. And that is the reason for today's, or this particular segment of the Gig Geezer. Now, I said that it'd been slow for me. I believe I completed how many orders now? There was 2 DoorDash, 2 Uber Eat, and 1 Grubhub. So this is order number 6. Typically, when I'm out doing my hustle, I like to complete anywhere between 7 and 9 orders. Now, the number of orders completed could be based on a number of factors. It could be that if I have completed 5 orders, it could be that I had 5 good orders, and so I could shut it down early, what have you. Or if I complete a lot of orders, it could be that there was a lot of volume and I decided to stay out during that time, and I just kept doing it. Or it took a lot of orders in order to get where I'm at. Now, this order that I've accepted, I know I've said all that stuff, and by the way, before I get into this particular order, hey, hit that subscribe button, give my content a thumbs up, share my content among others, and I definitely welcome your comments in the section below. Now, this order that I just accepted is a $14 catering order from Zoe. I am about 3 to 5 minutes away from the drop-off location. It required me to take a picture of a catering bag, but as you notice in the inset, this order required 4 bags. Now, based on where I'm taking this order and all, I am hoping that there is more money on this order. I've gotten to a point now that I don't go into trying to predict if there is a hidden tip, because I've been disappointed more than my share of times. And so what I say to myself is that now this order should pay more, but it may not pay more. Now, I'm going to jump tracks real quick and talk about why I think it's also been slow. I suspect also that these apps have added on more drivers. And when you have the combination of customers who are not spending as much because they spent their tax money, and then on this particular week, there's Easter coming up, and so people will probably be spending a lot of money this weekend. You've got the combination of people not spending, additional drivers. That means there's more crows trying to chomp at the corn. And if that's the case, then I may not see as much volume of orders as I'm used to. And so it does create some nervous moments for me. I'm not going to say moments of anxiety, but nervous moments in terms of trying to accomplish my daily hustle goals and overall daily goals. So, as I mentioned, we're almost at the drop-off location, so we're going to see whether this order makes a difference in the Gig Easer's first half hustle. I don't want to keep you in a lot of suspense though, but I got to tell you what happened. The drop-off location was not where it was supposed to be. It was actually across the street, and across the street was the University Athletic Complex, and that's where I had the drop. That's where the drop-off was. I'm not gonna, so I tried to contact the person, no answer. But then the person called me and guided me in where I needed to meet her. Now this particular order had actually set up. I actually had to take a picture of the setup. I don't understand what this DoorDash thing though, but they're asking more accountability out of us for what? Okay, so on this particular order, I had to take a picture of the catering bag. Then when I got to the location, then I had to take a picture of the actual setup. Well, the setup was me putting it on a cart because that's where she was taking me inside for the team. Now, my concern though, when I realized that I was going to a college athletic facility, is that I've not had good paying experiences going to those places, and so I cringed at the potential of me just saying $14. Well, upon hitting complete delivery, I was pleasantly surprised. The order paid $36, bringing the Gig Geezer from actually not $66, but from $64 to exactly $100 and change. So the Gig Geezer actually hit his stated goal of $100 or more for the first half hustle, and that was accomplished in about 3.5 hours. One other thing I forgot to mention in my supposition of why things have slowed down, at least in my opinion, in this market, is because the weather is getting better. I mean, today is 80 in the upper 80s. People are not looking to stay inside. They're looking to go outside. They're looking to congregate. Despite whatever talk there is and concerns about the state of the health of humanity right now with COVID, people are going out. I even noticed that people are not wearing masks as they did 6 months ago, or definitely a year ago. And so I think all that is a confluence of why things have slowed down. Absolutely, no doubt, one order definitely changed the complexion of this first half hustle, and that was this Zoe catering order. I certainly was hoping that I would catch yet another big order, possibly a catering order. In fact, there was a time earlier this year where I definitely had that expectation of catching 2 or 3 each day, but that hasn't been the case lately. So definitely a big sigh of relief. Definitely big sigh of relief, and definitely how one order can change the complexion of your hustle. Now, Hey, if you like the content that's been provided in this segment of the Gig Geezer, hit that subscribe button. Give my content a thumbs up. Share my content among others, and I definitely welcome your comments in the section below. And with that, I'm Inwood Lane, and as always, may your hustle continue.